What's up, guys? Coach John Wojo here with JW Fitness, answering more questions. This is the second time I'm answering this because my computer or my camera crapped out halfway through the other one, so I'm gonna feel like I'm repeating myself here. So this is not so much of a question as it is a commentary on this person's post, because I think it's important to understand. So this person's post goes as follows. Anyone wanting an arm burner, try this one. 100 skull crushers, followed by 60 hammer curls. Repeat non-stop 3 times. I use 15 pounds and my arms are falling off by the end. You will get a huge pump. End of post. Okay. So I want to comment on this for a couple of reasons. One, I'm assuming they're doing arms and wanting to get a huge pump because they're wanting to grow their arms. We know, based on practice and based on recent studies, that there seems to be a sweet spot for hypertrophy stimulus between work sets between 5 and 30 repetitions. Work sets within that repetition range that are taken to or just about to failure, maybe 1, 2, or 3 repetitions shy of failure. And it seems like the loads that you would be required to use to achieve near failure between 5 and 30 repetitions are sufficient enough to create the mechanical tension on the muscle to provide an optimal stimulus for hypertrophy or muscle growth. So therefore, we know that anything that's 100 reps or more than 3 times the high end of the recommended repetition range is probably not anywhere remotely close to being efficient or ideal for creating a stimulus for hypertrophy. And especially when you're supersetting that with another exercise that is twice the recommended high-end recommended repetition range for hypertrophy, and you're going to do this non-stop 3 times through. So now without the benefit of rest, you're going to have to even further reduce the loads that you're handling in these exercises. Generally would make something like this like completely worthless for hypertrophy training. And it just touches on a point that I see a lot of people still follow this thought process, and a lot of young coaches follow this thought process, is that if I'm making something hard, then it must be effective. And that's not true. Hard does not equal effective. Hard does not equal efficient training. Hard does not equal a great stimulus. Hard does not mean you're moving the needle in the right direction and moving you towards your goals. Hard just means hard. And there may be times when you just want one of your clients, or if you're coaching a team, you may just want them to be doing hard stuff for the day as a mental challenge or to challenge their spirits or something. But generally speaking, hard, anybody can make something hard. You just have people bopping around from different exercise to different exercise, a random assortment of exercises, giving them very little rest. It's going to be hard. They're going to burn a lot of calories. They're going to go home and be tired. These people are going to wake up the next day and be sore, and they're going to think that you're a genius. But you really haven't programmed anything efficiently for them that is going to then move them along towards their goals. You've just created a hard workout, and really anybody could do that. You could literally just take exercises and put the papers in a hat and randomly pull out names out of a hat and write a workout that's really friggin' hard, but it's not a well-designed workout that is designed to optimally deliver a stimulus that is going to cause you to adapt in a specific direction. You just had them jump around and get sweaty and do hard stuff. So anyway, back to this is, yes, I'm sure this is really friggin' hard. Your arms are going to be pumped. They're going to feel like they're falling off. They're probably going to be really sore because it's something so far out of the ordinary that you don't normally do. That doesn't mean that it's an optimal it doesn't mean it's an optimal stimulus for you to get bigger. In fact, I would bet everything that it is way far on the opposite end of what would be optimal for you to get bigger. So don't waste your time doing this, right? Don't just do things that are hard randomly, right? Because even if this were effective, theoretically, even if this were effective for hypertrophy, what did he do the week before he did this? Or how does this superset factor into his ongoing training? How does he go from here? How does he build upon this going forward, right? This is an example of like a challenge workout where, you know, it's got to be part of a program. There's got to be a continuity to what you're doing. So you're building week after week, month after month, year after year. There's got to be like a reason, you know, for why you're doing things and how you're progressing and building on things. It's got to be progressive, not just a series of just like random weightlifting challenges. You've got to build. You know, I did 3 sets of 10 last week with 100 pounds. This week, I'm going to do 3 sets of 10 with 105 pounds. Maybe the week after, I'm going to, you know, would go up another 5 pounds, or maybe the following week is a deload. And then when I come back, I'm going to start with 95 and then whatever it is. But there's got to be some type of like reason why you're doing things. It can't just be just like, hey, now I'm going to take a tricep rope and like bang my head against the wall with the tricep rope and then do barbell curls for 200. That's really going to get my arms pumped. Hell, if he wants to make this twice as effective, he should do 200 skull crushers and 120 hammer curls and do it 6 times in a row instead of 3. You get my point. Hard does not equal effective. Effective equals effective. Optimal training equals optimal results. Hard training just means it's hard. Hard doesn't mean optimal. Optimal needs to be challenging. It needs to be hard training, but it needs to be well thought out and planned and progressive and measured and calculated. It's not random. I think I spoke long enough on that. Guys, if you appreciate the content, like and subscribe to the channel. Send me your questions and I'll talk to you soon.